Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I got something new today that I talked about in a channel update that we are going to give a try today. We're going to fly the DJI Phantom 4. It's just the original Phantom 4, not the Phantom 4 Pro or anything. But before we get into that, I watched a video on YouTube this morning that I want to talk about a little bit. Our friend CrystalSky over at CrystalSky RC channel, he is in Great Britain and is very prolific, does a number of reviews. I mean, you can count on him for, gosh, 2 or 3 videos a week, if not more. Really solid reviewer, just tells it like it is, gives you the good, bad, and the indifferent. And he recently lost his FIMI X8 SE. It did a flyaway on him, and so he worked with both FIMI and with Banggood and didn't have a very good result. Eventually got another replacement X8 back, but really didn't turn out all that great. So he has stated that he's going to take a little time off from his channel, and one of the things he said that really resonated with me was that, hey, this is supposed to be fun, and when it's not fun anymore, what's the point of doing it? So CrystalSky, take some time off, spend some time with your family, and we love your channel, and we look forward to when you get back. I'm going to put a link in his channel, to his channel in this video, and I encourage all of you to check out his channel, subscribe, watch his videos, because when it comes to drones in particular, and he does some other RC stuff too, it's well worth your time. He does a good job. So we'll leave that at that. But what we got today is, and as you guys may recall, I had talked about getting a CrystalSky Monitor. So this is a 7.85-inch CrystalSky Monitor, and we're going to try it out today with my Phantom 4. It's the mount that I have here. I'm going to get close to the camera so I almost knocked over the drone here. Almost dragged the drone off the table. So this mount that I have is real tenuous. I've got a specific mount for this, the DJI mount, but it did not include the M6 screw that goes right here, so I couldn't get it on. So this other mount here is for the Mavic. That fits into the Mavic controller, and I've kind of got it jimmy rigged onto this controller, but I'm going to have to be really careful with it because obviously it's I'm going to try and hang on to it by this rather than the controller, because I'm afraid it'll fall off. So in any case, we're going to be kind of careful today, but I'm pretty excited about this. Let me see if I can turn it on real quick here. And you can see how bright this thing is. Okay, so that's not even on the brightest setting. Let me see if I can turn up the brightness here to full. And you know, you can see that that's going to make quite a difference out here. And this is not the ultra bright, which I believe is rated at 200 nits. This is the 1000 nits. New version detected. We're going to fly with this thing today, and I look forward to being able to see what the heck I'm doing instead of looking at my iPhone and not you know, in the warm weather it gets dim. Unfortunately, today is an overcast day, or fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. So it's cooler, and you know, my iPhone probably would have worked fine today. We've also had a little bit of rain, and there's also some smoke in the air. Up to the north of us here, and this is common in the western United States, there's several forest fires burning, so the smoke gets blown this direction. And in fact, on our way in here, out to the south of us, we saw a brush fire burning, throwing some smoke in the air. So it's a little bit smoky today. But anyway, let me mess around with this, see if I can get it updated, and Then we'll get the Phantom 4 in the air and we'll mess around with this thing a little bit. Okay guys, I'm going to try and show you what I'm seeing on the screen here. It looks like we've got Go Fly has come up. So I'm going to hit that. That should take us into the bird. Tells me everything's normal. Says the compass is normal. Says we got good firmware. Bird says it's ready to go. Man, this is a nice big bright screen. It's pretty cool. So let's see, we are shooting in 4K 30 frames per second, which is good. Let's take a look at the settings real quick here. Camera settings. Well, hit the button now and then it just grayed out, so not sure what that means. I hit the menu button for the there we go, came up. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that was about. So we're in auto, although white balance, my friend Ron Brown always tells me to change that, so we're going to put that into cloudy day there. Don't leave it in automatic, he says. So there's definitely, I've heard people report there's a delay on the screen, and I'm experiencing that right now. There, okay. We got it back. Yeah, we're going to leave the color on standard. Let's go in here and see what we see. Histogram, let's turn the histogram on so we can check our exposure. My friend Ethan Mitchell told me to make sure I always do that. And I'm going to go ahead and start recording now. So there we go. And I don't think there's much left to do but take off. So hopefully, there, adjust the camera down so you can see it. And let's hit the takeoff button here. Okay, I hit the takeoff button on the CrystalSky, and it grayed out. But you know, I've heard people talk about there's a delay on this thing. Man, they're not kidding. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, okay, now there we go. So now we got ensure it's safe to take off. We're going to hit the slider. Okie dokie. Let me pick up the camera here a little bit. We're getting blown out. Of course, as soon as you take off, a big wind gust always comes up. And this is no different. Let's get it up in the air so we can get a good look at where it took off from. And you notice I'm kind of holding this thing. I'm holding the mount and by the controller. It's a little bit awkward. In fact, I realized to hold the controls, I'm not going to be able to do a good job of hanging onto the mount. So I'm going to see if I can set it on my table here. I'm a little concerned about this thing falling off my weird little mount here. So let's get some altitude. There, little inadvertent yaw there on my part. There we are. So, well, I'm looking at I'm looking at the telemetry on the screen here, and it's not catching up. So, So that's a little bit of a concern. We've got an aircraft up, but he's way, way above us. So you'll hear that. But yeah, the telemetry on the screen, I'm not, for whatever reason, doesn't appear to be working. Yeah, it's giving me a message. The DJI Go 4 app isn't responding. You want to close it? So I'm gonna wait. I don't know what's going on there. We're gonna do. I'm gonna do a return to home. Okay, the aircraft. I think it's responding now. I don't know. I'm not hearing it on the. Yeah, this is not good, folks. I can't tell what's going on. Aircraft is still there above us. I'm gonna hold return to home on the controller again. There we go. We got it to take it. Okay, the aircraft is coming down for landing now. Okie dokie. So as you can see, the CrystalSky still shows it way up in the air, even though we've landed here. So I don't know what to make of that. I am going to put this away for now, and I'm going to fly with my iPhone. You know, not a very good start with this thing. So I'm not gonna really give you a good review of the CrystalSky. So yeah, that's pretty weird. In any case, let me shut everything down, and I'm gonna get my my iPhone attached, and at least we'll get a flight in today. Okay, so I've got the iPad or the iPhone hooked up on here now, and you know what? I can tell the difference in brightness, but I don't know what was going on with that CrystalSky. It just locked up and didn't work. And it gave me actually an error that the Go 4 app locked it up. So that's not a good sign. And it was real sluggish right from the start. So I don't know. That might have been $500. I bought it used. That might have been $500 that I could have saved. But anyway, we'll see. We got the iPhone, so we're gonna fly today no matter what. Evidently it might have still been recording. I'm going to hit recording again here. So we should be recording. Let's take off. Yeah, this is more like it. Oh, we got some kind of a gimbal problem going on here. There we go. It straightened itself out. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna reboot the bird here. It was giving me a gimbal error, so let's reboot everything. I'm gonna shut it all down and reboot it all. Okay, we're rebooting, it says, yeah, now it says ready to go. So let's go back and look. Everything good here. Gimbal status is normal, so whatever that issue was, it had to do, I think, with the unusual landing. It wasn't with the CrystalSky. It wasn't talking to go for, I don't know. There was some weird stuff going on there. But we seem to be in good shape now, so we're going to hit record. And we're recording, and we're going to take off. Okay, so it's giving us home point detected. I'm going to go straight up here. Yeah, and that's more like it. We'll give it a second to look at its landing spot. And then, hey, we'll go out here on the lake. So I'm in P mode. I just double checked here. So we'll get some altitude here, and hey, it's amazing. I'm getting telemetry. Let's drop the gimbal just a little bit here. So yeah, Lucky Peak is still full. There's still a lot of runoff coming up out of the mountains from last winter. Yeah, and it's telling me I'm in a height limited zone, which I know that. I'm not even close to it. We're at 142 feet, 400 or 393. It says the height is the height limit here, so well aware of that. I'm gonna turn here just a little. Man, I'll tell you what, these DJI birds, they just are so smooth, and they handle so great. Great connection here. So that's something worth talking about. You know, I just talked to you about Kolsky and the issues that he had with his Fimi X8. That's a $500 drone. I paid $500 for this Phantom 4, and you know, arguably it's got all of those capabilities that you're looking for in a GPS 4K stabilized camera drone. Yeah, I mean, I bought this off of eBay, and there's a lot of them available. I've seen time and time again. So if you're looking for a good camera GPS drone, this one is a consideration. So we're out almost 4,000 feet out on the lake here. That's far enough. Let's bring it around. So that point sticks out there, and this, I'm going to point it directly back at us. So this is called the Lucky Peak waypoint, or whatever they call it, rest stop or whatever. It's kind of a cool spot. It's a great place to fly. I see some boats down here. Let's take a look. Let's see what these guys are up to. Drop the gimbal just a little bit. Yeah, we got a nice diesel truck behind us making some noise. This is Idaho. So of course he's back and forth letting us know he's here. Sorry about that, guys. I mean, this is a public place, so, you know, he's absolutely welcome here, but evidently he must have pulled up just to see what I was doing and then pulled back. But anyway, I'm sorry, guys. So let's fly over the top of this guy and let's see what's going on. Lots of recreation here, as you can tell. Looks like maybe they're pulling a skier up here. Yeah, they're just getting a skier up. Let's see if we can stay on them here. Oh, they got 3 of them on there. Oh yeah, we'll see if we can stay with them here for a minute. Sorry guys, I'm not the best pilot in the world, but we're going to see if we can hang with these guys for a little bit here. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So I always think about how much better a job Billy Kyle would do at this than me. So this is what happens at Lucky Peak. Lots of recreation here. I'm trying to anticipate what he does, and it's like I said, I'm probably not the most able stick man in the world, but I think we're staying with him pretty good. There, neighbor's starting his pickup again here, so I apologize for the noise. There we are. I guess he got bored with us. Yeah, there. Looks like they got people in the water, so he's coming back to get them. Oh, this is kind of fun. I'm thinking if I had the Mavic Zoom, I could zoom right in on them there. Where are his people in the water here? I'm trying to see if I can spot him. He looks like he's going back to pick him up, but I don't see the people in the water. Okay, well, let's pick the camera back up and let's turn it around and let's come back home. I should have, you know, one of the things that they'll always tell you is to test your return to home. So what I'm looking at right there is a little camping spot that's just directly across from where I'm at here, and the only way you can get there is by boat. So I always thought that was kind of cool, that you could go out there, you could find yourself a camping spot, and it's not going to get too crowded because the only way people are going to get there is with a boat. In any case, let's bring it back to us here. And that's us on that point way out there. So let's go full throttle. She's doing about 25 miles an hour. I know this drone is capable of a faster speed than that, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Stop for a second and P mode, and then let's give it full tilt again, and we're getting almost exactly the same speed. So I didn't look, I couldn't read that dialog box. We may not have been in sport mode. We'll do a quick fly over here. That's the Lucky Peak Dam you're staring at behind us. See if I can adjust the trajectory a little bit to come right over the top of us. There we are in the red Durango. Sarah's with me here. She's getting some pictures of the drone. There we are down there. And we don't want to fly over the dam. That is a restricted area, so we're going to go ahead and turn around. We got about 8 minutes of battery. So what you see over here is the boat ramp where people put their boats in the water. So it looks like somebody just launched there. I see some people. Are those, I can't tell for certain on my little screen. It looks like they're jet skis. Let's lower it down here. Yeah, it looks like we got a jet ski messing around there. Couple of jet skis on Lucky Peak Reservoir here. Lots of recreation there. You get a better look at the boat ramp. Okay, it says it's time to return to home if you look at the top of the screen there. So let's pick the camera back up a little bit. Let's turn it around. And we're going to hit RTH. And let's just see how quickly, how accurately this guy lands. So we're going to hit home. And slide to return to home.
Go home.
Yeah, and it's giving me a low battery warning at the same time, so let's just see how close we get. So it looks like my battery quit on the Canon, so we'll use the audio off of this. And Sarah is taking pictures of us here. Sarah's going to get a picture of the drone as it comes back in here and lands, and we'll just see how accurate it lands. Thank you for manning that camera for me, Sarah. I appreciate it. So we're coming in. Drone is coming from that direction. Interestingly enough, looks like we got some other photographers here. They're filming something. Lower the camera here as we get closer. It's giving me a high wind velocity warning, which I don't feel any wind. That's kind of interesting. So there we are down there. Let's just, we'll keep the camera pointed down and let's see how accurately she lands.
Landing.
So it's right above you, honey.
Do I need to go up?
Well, if you want, it's up to you. If you want to watch it coming down, you can. Looks like we're going to be pretty accurate here. Look at that. Precision landing point. Locating landing point, it says. It says not suitable for landing, which I don't know why that would be, but we are going to force landing.
Landing.
And a wind did just come up here. So it's pretty darn close. Perfect. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate that. So what we'll do now is we'll shut everything down and we'll do a quick conclusion. The military here, getting ready to back up and take off. So I'm sure these guys are National Guard, and this is just a good place to stop. But this facility is run by the Army Corps of Engineers. So, but I'm sure they're just here. There's like I talked about earlier, there's a bunch of forest fires to the north of us, so I suspect they're probably working in support of that stuff. So in any case, we flew the Phantom 4 today. What a freaking awesome drone, man. I think I said earlier, I hadn't flown this guy. I looked at my flight records and I hadn't flown it since February, and I'm going, wow, I need to get that thing up in the air for a couple of reasons. As you know, I got the ordered an FT Aviator, and that came in the other day. So I'm going to use the FT Aviator, try and fly the FT Aviator with this guy. So I kind of wanted to get myself reacquainted with the flight characteristics, etc. So we'll probably do a little bit more of that. But then the bigger thing today is we were trying out that CrystalSky Monitor, the 7.85 CrystalSky. And it's weird. When I was at home last night, that came in yesterday, so at home last night I messed around with it. I tried to update to the latest software on it. I thought I had updated the Go 4 app to the latest Go 4 app on it. But then you saw that message on it that it said that there were things that needed to be updated, and I don't have a cell connection here, or a data connection that I was able to do that out here in the field. So we tried to fly it as is, and it was problematic. You saw from the very start it was real sluggish, and we got the bird up in the air. And then the DJI Go 4 app just crashed altogether. So not sure what that was all about, but I'll get it home and I'll look it over and see what I can do updates wise, and maybe try it again. But that was not a very good start with that CrystalSky Monitor. And of course the hope was that you get that bright view, and when you're out in the sun you can actually see what the heck you're doing. As opposed to the iPhone 10, when it heats up, it starts dimming the screen, etc. Anyway, so we'll see how that goes, and I'll let you guys know how that progresses. But as far as the flight today, we had a great time. So we went out there, went over the lake, and man, went way out there. Really solid connection. These DJI birds are just freaking phenomenal. So we had a really good connection. Took it out there, and we saw some people out there, not water skiing, but they had their tubes out there, and they had 3 rafts or tubes pulling behind their boats. So we kind of followed them around a little bit, and I always tell you, I'm probably not the best stick man in the world, but I think I was able to keep them in frame pretty good. And a lot of that is due to this guy right here and how easy it is to fly. So that was a lot of fun, and then we looked around a little bit and brought it back, and yeah, I guess that's about it. Not much more to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out, and if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And most of all, I'd appreciate you taking the time to look at these videos, and hey, we'll see you on the next one.